Alright, what's up guys? So, I got a video request from Adani El Rohai. But before I talk about the topic, these are just some video requests that I received from my last channel that I deleted, and I saved them, you know? I think I only got like 3 of them in this phone I can do. Might as well do them when I'm bored, I guess. So, and I guess he wants me to talk about trying harder is not enough to give an outstanding performance when unhealed trauma is disrupting our mental clarity and nervous system. It hurts our ability to think effectively. Yeah, I agree. Because if you dealt with childhood trauma, for example, you deal with low self-esteem, you have like mental health issues, and you deal with flashbacks, you have a hard time regulating your emotions because your abusive parents are obnoxious and they yell and scream, and that can pass down to the child because that's what they learn from their parents, you know, and right? And when you deal with that at the workforce, right? When you have a coworker just seeing you how you're doing the job, and they're just like, try harder. Why are you going so slow? Pick up the pace, you know? And that can trigger something from your past, and that can make you shut down. It can make you feel even worse, you know? And I mean, when you have like coworkers or a boss say something like that, that's not a good job anyways, regardless if you had childhood trauma or not, you know? Because you say someone that like try harder, like that's just being condescending. That's just putting someone down, and you're just making the person worse, you know? The thing is, like, if this person's working at a job that has no incentive and hardly any compensation to basically live out here, right? Why even try harder, you know? What's the point? Like, that doesn't make sense at all. I feel like those type of people that say that type of shit are bullies at the job, you know, and that can remind like the person of their parents, because their parents are acting the same, just like the people at your job, you know. It's ridiculous. It's definitely hard to deal with. Let's see what else you said on here. Yeah, like you can treat yourself, like going to a therapist. You can be taking medication, and that still doesn't like resolve like your traumas, you know? Because it needs to be addressed. It needs to be, you need to talk to like your abusive parents and sit down and vent out on what your issue is, you know? And if they accept it, they try to understand and apologize and try to like change as a parent, you know, then I guess it could possibly work, you know. But even if you do something like that, it could still damage your brain still, because it happened, you know. And like, these parents may be different, but the damage is done, and now you just have a hard time dealing with people at work that say, like, try harder, don't give up, all this shit, you know? It's even worse when, like if the person has a lot of responsibilities and obligations and is stressing them out, and then on top of their job, and you're dealing with some person, you know, and you just want to get the job done and go home. But it's something else, basically. Plus, like, you have like low self-esteem, you have a lot of insecurities when you deal with past trauma, and say like you were born with these genetics like that can hinder your life, like a mental illness, for example, that can make it even harder, you know, to cope. And thing is, like, you work at these jobs, right, and they say that type of shit, and they're just toxic, and they try to make you like react, you know, and they want you to flip out, and that could happen. And now you would have a hard time just dealing with these people at these jobs, and you don't even want to work anymore, you know, because of it. See what else you said here. Yeah, it takes time to heal past traumas and stuff. It doesn't take a snap of a finger, basically. It takes a lot of time. And the thing is, you'll always have that trauma. It'll never go away. You just have to cope, and you try your best to learn behaviors where you have like a panic attack, you know what to do, like grounding techniques, or you try to distract yourself or something, you know? It's difficult. And yeah, like, you deal with that job, and they're telling you to try harder, and they micromanage, and they stress you out, and they try to get in a fight with you, and you come home and you have bad memories of your past trauma from your abusive parents, for example, and you just do self-destructive behavior, and it can even damage you even more, you know? And that's what's messed up about that. There's too many kids out there that are being abused, and there's a lot of them that aren't able to be resilient. There's a lot of them that aren't able to overcome these challenges at work because of it, you know? And that's messed up. These parents don't even realize what they're doing to their children with that. It's ridiculous. I'll catch you guys later.